Welcome to second session of online lectures on pointers to array. So it is a continuation of second unit of BCA second semester. So students, you can see today we can discuss about array of pointers. So already to some extent we have cleared the concepts of array and the concepts of pointer. So now how to assign a pointer to an array, this is the discussions of today's video lectures. In Zoom lectures already we have discussed on that, so you can see in this video also. So now array of pointers is a linear consecutive sequence of memory locations, each of which represents a pointer. So now we can assign pointers as an array of pointers with the following syntax: data types, star pointer, name and size. For example, int star PTR of 100. So now here we are declaring a pointer, that is PTR is a type of pointer, that is integer type of pointer, and it takes consecutive 10 pointers linked to each and every array index. So now here array of 10 consecutive cells or 10 consecutive elements, we call it 10 elements from 0 to 9th index. So now each and every elements can be assigned to a pointer or star pointer, we call it. So now pointer refers to an array of 10 pointers. So now 10 pointers means we have a 10 elements, and each time one pointer will indicate to the each and every elements of the array. So that's the discussion. So how to assign a pointers to a particular array. So that's the discussions we have. Next slide, so you will have a brief discussions about when we are passing arguments of a function. That time we can use call by value and call by reference. Why I am giving in this particular discussions in this point, so you should know when we are using pointers, it's a reference type. So when we are passing a pointer through a particular function, that time we use call by reference. So now call by value and call by reference, we have three different statements here. Variables themselves are passed as a function's arguments in call by value, whereas call by reference, pointers are used in the arguments list. Address of the variables are passed as the argument. So in call by value, we are passing the variable name through function's argument, and call by reference, we are passing the pointers and address of the variable through the argument. So now the second point in call by value, you'll find the variables are copied to the used by the function, but in call by reference, variables are directly accessed by the functions. Here the difference you may have. Now third distinction is call by value dealings directly with the variables. Call by value dealings with the directly variables which are not changed in calling environment. What is calling environment? User prompts the values, user prompts some arguments through the calling environment. That time we cannot change it. But call by reference, we can use the variables may changed inside the functions and return some values. So now in this particular scenario, you will find the distinguish between call by value and call by reference when we are passing through a function's arguments. Now come to this discussions, that is pointer to array. We will have I have given three slides over here. The first left side slides, you can see data type star var underscore name, how to declare a pointer variables and assign to a particular pointer variable declarations. You can see here in the green rectangular box, you can find out how pointers works in C. So first you can see int var star int var equal to 10. That means we are storing a value. We are storing a value 10 to a variable var. So now when it stores, it takes 10 value to a variable, that is var, and we have some reference of that you can see it is indicated by a arrow mark. So reference has something value you have, that is the memory address reference. The second in pink color, in yellow color, you can find out int star PTR equal to ampersand of var. This is the initialization or declarations of a pointer, and we are assigning a variables address to that particular pointer, that is star ptr. So now star ptr holding here the 20 value. In the second third steps you can find out star ptr equal to 20. So directly we are assigning the value to a pointer here. So next in green color, in orange color, you can see that int star ptr equal to ampersand of ptr. That means this two statement, star ptr equal to ampersand of ptr and star ptr equal to directly value. Sometimes if you want to assign or fetch the directly value instead of the reference, you can have a double star of that variable name, pointer variable name. So now to use pointer in C, we must understand the operators, unary operators, that is ampersand. So that returns the address of the variable. For example, ampersand of x gives us address of variable x. So now this is the first left side slide. It gives you the concrete ideas about how to declare a variable or how to declare a pointer variables. Now this is a small program which indicates that the same concepts here. Int main, int x, int main functions. Within that int x, we are declaring a variable int x. X is a integer type, simple variable declaration. And here we are printing, see the printf percentile p. So in integer we give we always gives in C programming percentile d. So similarly we can have percentile p for pointer reference. So now what does it print? It prints the address or it prints the ampersand of x. So now we can give percentile p for pointer reference or address we can have. So this is the example. The right hand side slides you can find that the demonstrations of a pointer variables. You can see int main, int x equal to 10. So now next we are declaring a pointer variable star ptr, that is integer type, int star ptr, as we have seen in the first left side slide. So now then we are storing the address of ptr, ampersand of x. Okay, ampersand of x will be assigned to ptr and return 0. So now this is how the actual variable, the address of an actual variable can be assigned to a particular pointer. This is the 3 slides, it gives you the idea. Next you will have an example. See here the examples what we have discussed here. You will find the complete information through this particular program. Has include stdio data. This is a simple C program. Main functions. So within main functions we are declaring a x variable which is integer type and assigning a value 50 to that x. So now x equal to 50 means we are assigning 50 to x, which is integer type. It's a basic primitive variables we have, integer type. Now next we will have int star ptr. What is this? This is a declaration of a pointer. Star ptr means star indicates the pointers, right? So star ptr means the pointer name is ptr. So now this ptr will hold the ampersand of x, ampersand of x. So now star ptr holds, so the address of x will be assigned to star ptr and we can display the address of that value we can store in the ptr. So ptr pointer always takes the reference and we can access through reference, we can access the value of that variable. Now the third step you will have the printf statement. You can see here the difference. So now first it prints the address is percentile p. So percentile p, that is for pointers address or reference. The value of value is percentile d, that is a numeric value what is stored in the particular variable. So now that reference we are giving for percentile p, we are giving only ptr. So ptr fetch the address only and star ptr fetch the value of x which is assigned to ptr. This is the simple things. So now output will be you will have output here. The address is 000022FE44. This is the output of percentile p from ptr, and the value is 50. It's a star ptr from the value of x. So now star ptr here assigned ampersand of x, value of x. So now the address which is assigned to x holding 50. That's that can be fetched through star ptr. This is the simple program which helps pointer to fetch a value of a variable. Now next slide we will have, it's our first slide, so already give. So now array to pointers, that discussions we will have. So array pointers is a linear consecutive sequence of memory locations of each represents a pointer. So now you can see the example int star ptr of 10. So that's we have at the beginning we have discussed that. So now each and every elements of the array we have to assign to one pointer to fetch the value. Now this is the example. So now here we have two slides again, left and right side slides. So first we will discuss about left side slides. You will see before we understand the concept of array of pointers, let's consider the following examples. So what is the examples here? Has include stdio.h, now constant int max equal to 3, max equal to 3. So now in this particular slides you will find we are using a maximum max variable which is constant type and integer. So now that is 3. So now int main functions, within this you will find int var of array, that is array declaration. So array declarations we have in this particular slide, that is 3 maximum 3 elements we are storing in this array, 10, 100 and 20 var of array. So here array variable name is var, and we are using another variable int I. So that I variable will help to increment the positions. Now first you can see the iteration process through a for loop. I equal to 0, I less than equal to I less than max, I plus plus. Here why it is less than max? Because we know array always starts from 0 to n minus 1th positions. So now next printf value. So now in this printf function, so we can use %d for array representation, positions of the array, and equal to %d, again we have to display the value. This is just a simple program. By using variable we are using array and we are representing the value and storing the value and returning the value. Now see here the output value of where 0 positions is 10 and 1 position is 100 and 2 positions is 200. So now this is the output. Now this the complete discussion what we are having here in this session you will find in the right hand side slides. So now these particular concepts what we have used array, and we are storing data into array and fetching data from array and displaying the data. So now here we can say this is the use of pointer to an array. So see in this slides you can find out. So every program is same, only we are changing, we are declaring a pointer here. So now clearly you can see has included stdio.h constant int max equal to 3 as it is in the left side slide. So now int main functions, within main functions we are declaring a array int var of array, that is we have to fix 3 values we have to store in consecutively, that is array of 0 will be 10, array of 1 will be 100, array of 2 will be 200. So 3 elements of that array var will store 3 values. So now this is the important line. Next int I, that is the integer type for increment, so I variable, and next it is star ptr of max. So what is max value? 3. So star ptr array of 3, that means here we are using pointer star is an declaring an pointer and assigning to a array list. So how much maximum array list will be there? 3, that is maximum. So already we have maximum value is 3. So in ptr maximum pointer will be created 3 here, for 0 index, for 1 index, for 2 index, complete 3 values will be assigned to the pointer. Now for loop will help to assign that is the assignment for this particular this. I equal to 0, I less than max, because 0 to 2, that means maximum 3 numbers we have to I plus plus. Then ptr of I, that means first pointer, that is 0, ptr of 0 will assign the ampersand of var of 0. That's why we have 3 elements, that's why we are keeping in iteration process for loop. So now in this for loop we can have I incremental process. So I variable will increments is in every positions. So pointer of 0, pointer of 1, pointer of 2 will be assigned completely all the values ampersand of var of I, that means var of 0, var of 1, var of 2. So all these arrays values can be assigned to a pointer of pointer 0, 1 and 2. So now 3 pointers for 3 array lists. So now in the second for loop you will find, for printing purposes we have to print these values. So now in this particular for loop you will find I equal to 0, I less than equal to max, I plus plus, printf value of var percentile, that means index value of array, and the second percentile is for pointer, that is the value through pointer we can display. So now that's why we have given a first I, and later on we are not using array, we are using pointer here. Compare this to the left side slides, you can find out completely. So here in the left side you will have a var of I, here you will have a star ptr of I. So through pointers we can fetch the output, the same output you will have. So var of 0 equal to 10. So 10 is coming from, or 10 is fetched through ptr or pointer. 100 is fetched through ptr, and 200 is fetched to ptr in the right hand side. And the left hand side, so these 10, 100, 20, all these values are fetched through that is array variable, that is var. So this is the main distinguish of this, right? So this is how we can define pointer to array. So now next subsequent slides we can have the discussions of other concepts. Now this is another example you can see through character type. So this is, you can, for your reference you can see this. It's a example, another example. Now we have a simple program for that, the C program, and output you can see at your own. You can see that this is the declarations of pointer to array. Thank you. That's the end of this slides, and subsequently we will have another concepts. We will discuss other concepts also. Thank you for watching this video.